Hi all, welcome to my FIFA community collage. If you've kept up with previous editions, we've always had a bit of fun making a community collage, and this edition is no different, and it has quite honestly been the biggest piece of work in theory that's been done for kind of like showcasing the community, as it were. So basically this consists of 5,010 people for the community. So this consists of like content creators, pros, personalities, like whether it be the presenters, celebrities that have been involved, like the commentators within the actual game as well, so like your Martin Tyler and Alan Smith, to then the cover stars, ambassadors, anyone that's been involved with the game. So it's literally 5,010. Instead of tweeted out a version as well, which I'll share the description, share the link of the tweet in the description below. But obviously it's going to be super hard to specifically find you, but like each individual person, like I have tried to keep up as best I can. It is A to Z, so it's just trying to obviously pinpoint where you are specifically. So what we have done is literally just gone to town and said, right, this is what we need, this is what we want. And I thought 5,010 initially, like the 5,000 aim was what we'd set out for, and we initially thought it was going to be really difficult to kind of get up, because the previous edition we had done was 4,165, but luckily there'd been enough pros and pro based events and other little things, we were able to bump it up. And obviously new content creators and so forth, so being able to find near enough 800 plus was attainable, but at the same time there was a lot of things that we had initially missed from the previous edition to include into this to make it work in essence. But obviously from there, what we've done is build a version with the national teams, the leagues and clubs that have been in basically through all the FIFAs, as it were. So since FIFA International Soccer, so it's basically all like 211 national teams, and basically like 1,200 clubs on top, so it puts all told at like 1,400. So when you put the combined version, it's 6,424 or something basically, or 6,414, sorry, give or take. But at the same time it comes down to just the sheer volume of like clubs and leagues that used to be in FIFA, like Malaysia and Israel in particular. Even Greek League had like all the teams back in the day, but nowadays it's just so dramatically different. Obviously that'll be even harder to try and find yourself in amongst everything, but then again it could be technically easier because there's more to find, and sometimes you just pinpoint yourself just that little bit better. And obviously, like what we've done with the community one, I thought build a separate collage, just the clubs, countries, leagues, etc., so that way people can in essence keep up with it, really, because it just makes it kind of stand out really a little bit, so that way people are able to see clearer what teams have been in FIFA, what leagues have been in FIFA, what teams like used to be in FIFA even for that matter, or leagues, because a lot of these teams have not been in FIFA for a long time, whether it be through relegation, the clubs folded, or as I said, because obviously the license used to be in the game many moons ago and obviously no longer now. And like same with the content creators, there's content creators that are there that had made a lot of content, some very little, but then again it's what the whole premise is people that have had an input within the community at one point or other, and it's just obviously shaping up kind of the journey really. Like, you've got to think about it, it's basically 30 years, and in terms of like content creation for FIFA's closing in nearly on 20 years anyway, since we're talking about like 2000, basically since like YouTube in 2006. So the days of like FIFA 6, FIFA 7 would have been like the first FIFAs that we had content, and it's just a case of who actually had content up in those days, other than just the ones that are like a more recent video where there are people looking back at it. You want the actual videos that were uploaded, say 16, 17 years ago, and just seeing what they were like then and what they're like now. Whether it be all your TikTok, whether it be folk that do it on TikTok, Instagram, to Twitch and YouTube and everything else in between. And it's just a nice fun journey, really, just seeing how it's all kind of progressed now, and obviously what kind of happens next, really, in terms of EAFC, and whether you never know, does EAFC last another 30 years at the end of the day, and what kind of comes of that. But definitely for me, I've had a bit of fun putting this together. It can be time consuming, and it will put a lot of people off trying to think, like, say you look for like their channel icon, whether it be a current one, past one, whatever one I've used. It's because some are recent, some are old, and it's just, as they say, it's like an ultimate version of Where's Wally in 3 different versions, with the content creator version, if you want to say, or the community version, the complete version, and then the teams, leagues, and national team version of FIFA. So you never know, maybe this time next year we might have a kind of like renewed version, as it were. The funny thing is, as well, I should say, I even kind of pondered a players version. I actually pondered going through every edition of FIFA and compiling a players version. But the problem was, when I was noting this all down, the problem I had was, yes, you'd have a lot of players that have been in the same FIFA from, say, international soccer up to maybe even, say, like 20 years or something, and someone like Buffon who's probably been in just as many. The problem was you could have maybe, say, 20 or 30,000 players, for example, maybe more. The problem is you've got to source all the images, you've then got to put it all together, and I was like, yeah, that's probably more a year's work to put together. And you probably also need some sort of you'd probably need like every edition of the game, I think, to hand maybe as well, to help you out, I think, in terms of being able to put together. I think that's my assumption anyways, because I think you'd be spending all day trying to do it. Like, yes, you'd be lucky with, say, like a FUT Wiz, FUT Bin, FUT Head, well, not FUT Head now, but past like breakdowns of, say, every version of Ultimate Team, for example. So you'd use that as a starting point to get you started. It's then just a case of everything pre, say, FIFA 09, and then working back. And you've also got to remember as well, some players would be in Ultimate Team but maybe not in career mode. Wouldn't be in Ultimate Team but would be in career mode because of maybe their age and licensing and all that kind of stuff. So you've got to factor that in as well at the end of the day. But as I said, it was just a bit of fun, and I've definitely had a good bit of fun doing it. As I said, you never know, maybe one day I might just be able to sit down and put together a player's version. As I said, it'd probably take a lot of time and a lot of people power and all that kind of stuff, but that's maybe something for another day, or maybe someone else as an idea. You never ever know. But let me know, folks, if you find yourself in community collage. As I said, it will take a bit of time and effort, I'm sure, to find you. As I said, it's just a bit of fun. That's the kind of premise of it, and just showing the journey that's developed over the last 30 years. So Have a good one, folks. Take it easy all, thanks for listening, and hopefully see you on EAFC 24 in due course. So have a good one, folks, and catch you later.